Hello everyone, it's Darkseeker here, bringing you another arena run. This time we're going to be looking at the Paladin Arena. Now, as we know, Paladins are incredibly strong. I've had 12 win runs with Paladins previously, but they are an incredibly fun class to play, and what makes this arena run unique is the weapon draw and the Consecrations that we get. So let's jump into the draft. Saboteur, very strong 3-drop. If you can time it correctly, it can stop the enemy's hero power when they need it the most. Worgen Infiltrator, incredibly strong 1-drop. It has the stealth effect going, so it can't be targeted, and you can use it for some efficient trades with minions that cost more from the enemy's side. Deathlord or Bomb Lobber here? Well, Bomb Lobber is, again, another strong card. Dealing 4 damage to a random enemy minion, you use it to control the board. It's tremendous. Despite the 5 cost, it's still worth it. Deathlord can lose you games because, well, when the Deathlord dies, if they bring out a minion you can't deal with, you lose the game. And in Arena, as I say, you may not have a chance to recover depending on what cards you draw into, what cards you have in hand, but you can get so far behind you can't recover. Ogre Brute, tremendously strong 3-drop, if only for the 4 health. It can get a couple of good trades in the early game, hopefully, perhaps contesting 2 attack minions. It's decent. Cult Master, very strong for drawing those cards, and one of the issues in Arena is you can run out of cards. With Cult Master, you can refill that hand, so especially with the Paladin having those 1/1s, it's really good. Spider Tank, very strong 3-drop here. It's got 4 health. It will trade hopefully with a couple of things on board. True Silver Champion or Shielded Minibot. Both of those are exceptional cards here, but we're lacking 2-drops. We're going to go with the Minibot, and with that Divine Shield in play, again, you're going to get some really strong trades on that board, hopefully gobbling up a couple of enemy minions, or forcing classes like the Mage to ping that shield and not play anything. Consecration here is the way to go. We need 1 Consecration at least. The other 2 cards are strong, but Consecration's pretty good. Knife Juggler, tremendous 2-drop. It's got 3 attack, but not only that, it has the Juggles, and the Juggles are why you play it. So you pick the Knife Juggler over those other 2 cards. Muster for Battle here. Combos with the Knife Juggler, it's almost an auto pick. There is some consideration for mind control tech. Stealing an enemy minion is pretty good, but Muster for Battle goes so well with the Juggler. Not only that, Muster is just incredibly strong on its own. Harvest Golem here, one of the best 3-drops in Arena because of the Death Rattle. It also has 3 health, which makes it awkward to trade into. Piloted Shredder or the North Sea Kraken. Very tempted to go with the Kraken here because of that 4 damage battle cry and that 7 health. It can be a game finisher, especially if your opponent can't deal with it, but the Shredder has a Death Rattle, and that Death Rattle's strong, but the Kraken, it's a Kraken, and we go for it. Okay, True Silver Champion, our first one that we're actually going to pick. We had the choice earlier, but we chose the Minibot. In this situation, the Champion is definitely stronger than the Trog, so we go with the Champion. Okay, Lance Carrier or Consecration now. We are lacking 2-drops, as you can see. However, Consecration is just too strong. It's better than the Lance Carrier. Second Crackle or Ironfur Grizzly. I think we go for the second Kraken here. It's just too strong. Okay, Argent Lance or Mind Control Tech. We need stuff to do on turn 2. We're going to go with the Lance. We've got too many things to do on turn 3 comparative to 2, so we go with the Argent Lance, and it's a weapon. True Silver Champion, I think, absolutely. We could do with another one. You can't have too many True Silvers. Well, you can, but having 2, I think, is pretty decent. Okay, this is bad. Explosive Sheep, Light's Justice, or the Corruptor. I think we go with the Corruptor here. It's a 5-drop with 5 attack, 4 health. It's okay. Lack of dragon synergy, but it's fine. Zombie Chow for the early game. I think we go with the Chow here. We need stuff. We need stuff to play on turn 1 and turn 2. So Chow could be a turn 1 or a turn 2 play, it's fine. Sludge Belcher is a taunt. Taunts are good in Arena. Considering how aggressive Arena can be, you want taunts. Okay, Zombie Chow or the Earthen Ring Farseer here. Alternatively, the Bluegill is a 2-drop. I think a second Chow is decent. It's fine. Consecration here, or the Stormwind Knight. Do we want a body on board, or do we want AoE? AoE. We take the Consecration. Okay. That's 3 Consecrations. Loot Hoarder or double Cult Master here. Loot Hoarder is a 2-drop. We go for it. Do we want 4 Consecrations? Or do we go the second Cult Master? I think we go the Cult Master here. 4 Consecrations could be a lot of fun, but it could just end up wrecking the game if that's all you have in your hand and you can't use it. Noble Sacrifice here or the Guardian. I think Noble Sacrifice is quite strong. However, the Guardian is a body, so we're going to go with the Guardian. Argent Horse Rider or Ship's Cannon. We need 2-drops. We want stuff to do on turn 2. However, the Argent Horse Rider is a charging horse. It does 2 damage when it charges, so this is quite a difficult pick. Just counting the number of early drops we have there. We're gonna go with the horse. Blessing of Kings is definitely the pick here. It's tremendous if comboed with the mini bot, for example. Oh, right. There's a 2-drop. Shielded mini bot. There's another one. Auto pick. Absolutely an auto pick. This early game now is starting to look quite strong. Right, second Argent Lance or a Kodo. The Kodo, we want more things for 5, for turn 5. I think we pick the Kodo here. Yeah. It can eliminate a minion from the board. That's really strong. Injured Blade Master, I think, is a minion. It's a body. Not particularly useful for us. We're not a priest. We can't really heal it. But it's a body. We go with the Blade Master. And there we have it. I was contemplating Divine Favour there, but we've got double Cult Master. So this deck, double True Silver Champion and triple Consecration. Wow. That's interesting. And it's either going to work out really, really well for us, or it's going to cause us just to fail if all we draw are those cards in our hand. And we need to be, and if we need to be playing minions on board, but all we have are weapons and consecrations, it's going to wreck us. So, starting off here, we're going to keep the Ogre Brute, and that opening hand is terrible. And this is how you lose Arena. Well, this is how you lose Hearthstone, full stop. You don't draw into things you can do early. So, yeah, this could just be an auto loss, and we'll see, though, because we can draw into a Zombie Chow, we could draw into a mini-bot. I mean, we do have 2 Chows, we do have 2 mini-bots. The problem is that the Mage has the coin, and I wouldn't be so unhappy with this opening hand if we had the coin, because you could turn 2 coin out the Ogre Brute, which is actually very, very strong. Oh, there's a Chow, we're fine. I take back everything I said. We're fine. This is not going to be an auto loss. We're going to win this game now. Zombie Chow on turn 1, incredibly strong. Now, if the Hearthstone gods are with us, we'll draw into a shielded mini-bot for turn 2, and then curve into turn 3. Well, the Mage had nothing. That was at least something, you know. Silverhair Recruit may prompt a ping. If so, it's done its job. It's sacrificed itself to allow the Mage not to play anything. Yes, he's going to ping it. He was thinking about it, but he's going to ping it. Fantastic. We have the initiative here now, because now we can play either the Charging Horse or the Brute. The Brute is great board presence. The Charging Horse you save until you've got something to charge into. Ogre Brute, 4/4 on board, very, very strong. He may be forced to use a spell to kill the Brute if he's fearing it. Yes, I know the Brute has, you know, a 50% chance to attack the wrong target, but it has 4 full stats, and in the early game, that's tremendous. Okay, Suit Spewer. Oh, hello. And there's one of our true silver champions. Without the champion, the trade was potentially going to be awkward because the Brute would trade in and get pinged down, or the Brute would miss and I'd have to trade the Chow and the Horse Rider in. So it could have been awkward there. And there's the secret. And what card is that? Nope. The mage is playing off curve there. So is it Mirror Entity? This is the question. I think what we want to do first is we want to play something to find out. It's not Mirror Entity. See, if it was, I'd have traded the Chow in and used the sword potentially. No, it's Ice Barrier, and I'm a little surprised. You know, Mirror Entities are usually the thing that you fear the most in Arena. Okay, so we went face with the sword, and there's a good reason for that. We have another sword in our hand. Now, we're almost telegraphing to our opponent that we probably have another weapon. Alternatively, we could be saying to the mage, I'm going to rush you down. Wow, a mountain giant. Well, this is interesting. 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 4, 13. Oh, okay, I don't have lethal here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to trade. I'm scared now. That mountain giant scares me. And we're going to trade. Right, and he's still, well, he's down to 11. He needs Blizzard. He needs a Blizzard here in order to stay in the game. Otherwise, he's pretty much dead. Because I've got a Consecration. Right, Flamewaker, is this constructed or is this Arena? Okay, Arcane Explosion, it's not bad for him. Does he have another spell? Oh, he has the coin. Now, should never forget about that coin. Never forget about it. So I'd forgotten about it. And now he's cleared my board, and he's used the Zombie Chow, and now he's got 16 health. And now it's not looking so close anymore. Hang on a minute. There's the Kodo, which we've had in our hand for ages. Hey, so maybe it's a good thing we drew into that Kodo. It's just stopped that Flamewaker. Kodo's such a strong card. It can really, really swing tempo in a game. So useful. Is that lethal yet? No, it's not lethal. So what we're going to do is we're going to go face. We're going to ignore the 7/7. We're going to pretend it doesn't exist. But I'm going to hold the True Silver just in case he has a taunt. If he has a taunt, I'll probably need the True Silver to push through. So let's hold for now. Now, Consecration is sitting there. Alternatively, there is the Kraken next turn. That surprise 4 damage to the face. So let's calculate. 4, 5, 6, plus 4 from the weapon, 10, 14 from the Kraken. We have lethal. And a pint-sized summoner is going to do nothing. That Leponome is going to do nothing. The Micro Machine is going to do nothing. And so is that Jungle Panther. Do you know, I could just consecrate that board and it'd actually be hilarious. It really would.
The battle!
Okay.
The battle! For justice!
Right. No. I'll use the Consecration just to say well played, and yeah, there goes your board. Goodbye. So that was fun. That was fun. If you look at that hand, I mean, it's just overkill, really. Double Kraken in this deck is insane. My only real concern or worry is drawing into cards like the Kraken too early. So they become dead cards, a bit like multiple consecrations. You know, there are 3 consecrations in this deck. They can become dead cards. And, you know, you could end up being forced to play them.
I will fight with
Okay,
honor.
we have the Argent Lance, we have the Muster for Battle. We're going to keep the 2 of the 3 because there is sort of a curve. Loot Horde is really good. Okay, so we've got a curve here. I mean, we can curve into, we can go from a 2-drop into the 3-drop. Actually, I mean, curving from the Argent Lance into the Muster is terrible because you play Muster, you lose the weapon charges on the Argent Lance. So anyway, yeah. You see, maybe in that mulligan, I should have dumped either the Lance or the Muster, because as we said, curving from one into the other, well, it wastes the charges on the Lance. So maybe I should have mulliganed one, so maybe that was a bad play from me, I don't know. Oh, just being joined by Tarek there. That's a friend of mine who joins me for arena runs. Okay, so the rogue didn't have much to do, really. I mean, I've got the initiative here, in the sense that I can play Muster for Battle and go face. But well, I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is clear the board. It was very tempting to go face, but I think getting rid of minions is essential, particularly against a rogue, because you don't want to get to that point in the game where the Tinkersaw comes out and they start doing rogue things. It can become very awkward. Okay, it's turn 4 and I have a choice. I can draw 1,000,000 cards here, or I can play the True Silver. Drawing 1,000,000 cards sounds like the best deal to me. That's a great card to draw. That's also a great card to draw. And we'll stop the card draw there. We want to maintain a bit of a board presence. 3 minions on board. We are immune to MC Tech, which is pretty good. We have lots of options in our hand depending on what he plays. He has to kill the Cult Master. I think that has to be his target. Yep, he decides to kill it. He realises that it has to be done. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the Argent Lance here because it's got 2 attack. I value keeping minions on my board rather than trading them in. Now, you could argue that was a waste of Light's Justice that came from Muster for Battle. Yes, it was a waste, and it's one of those things I talked about earlier, curving into, you know, one weapon from another. You end up wasting the charges on the previous weapon. In this situation, though, I mean, we went from a 3-cost weapon into a 2-cost weapon, and it was fine. It was justified, I think, because we got a clean trade in terms of killing a minion on the board. So we traded a charge on our weapon with that 1 minion, and we got to keep 3 things on our board, and I think that's quite important. Yeah, that's fine. Blessing of Kings here would be so strong if we could draw into it. Stranglethorn Tiger is one of the best 5-drops in Arena because it can't be targeted by spells. I don't have anything that can really target it, but it's strong against a lot of other classes that can target with spells. Like mages, for instance, warlocks with their dark bombs. I mean, paladins have got Hammer of Wrath, which is you know relevant, I suppose. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to flood the board. I'm not expecting AoE now. The tiger has 5 attack and 5 health. Yes, it is very strong, but my board is incredibly aggressive, and he has to deal with it somehow. There's the backstab. So does he have AoE? Does he have a Blade Flurry? That would be really bad for me, actually. Okay, he values the health, which is fine. And he's going to go about trying to clear my board. Wow! Avenging Wrath! Huh? What? Right.
Reporting for duty.
They'll never
Okay.
know what
Yeah, he got that at the start of the game. He got that at the start of the game. That's from Burgle. That's really interesting. The chances of him having got that card. And do you know, when you've got board control, and you've worked very hard to establish board control, when something like that happens, it really does cause you to stop for a moment and think, because suddenly you're in dire straits. You could lose the game. And that's another potential game-winning play from him. He returned all of my minions to my hand with Vanish. Thankfully, I had room in my hand, and thankfully I won't overdraw next turn. But yeah, that could have been bad. So anyway, we're still fine. We're at 13 health, and you've got to worry about burst potential from rogues here, but by using the Saboteur there, we're sort of removing that possibility of a Tinker's weapon play here. I think that's really important, so yeah. The drawback of Vanish was that he gave me the Saboteur back. So, okay, a 4-1. Oh, it's a Pirate Rogue, really? Right, he really likes his Nightblade, doesn't he? Doing 3 damage to my face. And as I'm saying to Tarek there, what on earth is going on here? Pirate Rogue deck. Alright, well, fine, we'll double consecrate him. We'll get rid of his board. And, yeah, that should be it. Yeah, more efficient to use our mana there for 2, I think, rather than playing the recruit from hand. Yes, Tarek says there, funny game, I absolutely agree. There's Assassinate, that isn't going to help him, because I've got a sword. So, yeah. Double Consecration, winning this game for me in many ways, I think. Or well, at least speeding up the outcome. I have the sword, I've got the Kraken, I've got the Belcher, I've got the tank, I've got the Brute, and the Silverhand Recruit if we really need it, but no, we don't need it. The Kraken is enough. 4 to the face. There were so many ways to win that game. So this deck, really interesting. And he says thank you. Oh, bless. Really interesting, really powerful. Even in a situation where you start with a bad opening hand, this deck has recovery mechanics in it. It can come back. I think the only thing we're missing in this deck really is equality. I think if we had equality with those 3 consecrations, I think this deck would be even stronger. So just a shame we didn't draw into equality.
Uther versus Uther.
Okay, so Paladin. Now, this will be interesting. Based on the starting hand here, we have a 2, a 3, and a 4. But we're going to get rid of the 4 because we want something else to play. Oh, that's brilliant. That's really, really good. Double mini bot. Oh, wow. If we lose this game, we deserve to quit Hearthstone. Zombie Chow into double mini-bot is incredibly strong. Incredibly strong. And that's even just, that hand just got even stronger. Wow. Wow. The only thing that wrecks us, potentially, is Consecration on turn 4 if the mini-bots lose their shields, but... Okay, now I need Consecration. That's actually pretty strong for him, because what he can do next turn is he can kill something. So, we need to think here. We need to trade. I think that's important. It's not turn 4 next turn, so he can't consecrate me, so I think this is fine. We leave him with 1 minion on board, and he'll probably trade it into the bot. No, Abusive Sergeant is very strong. He's going to kill the Chow. Okay, that's fine. Was that right? Should he have attacked first with the weapon, then got the health from the Chow? I don't know. Okay, there's Consecration. However, it's too early to use it. Or is it? No, we're going to go for it. For a moment I thought we should have just gone with the mini-bot and the hero power. However, I want to be aggressive. I want to push aggression here. And I'm saying to him, I'm going to clear your board. And I'm going to do damage to your face. So maybe it was a misplay. Maybe I should have waited. But no, I just thought, let's just push some aggression and see how we go. What we can do here is we can use the charging horse and the tank and trade in. And maybe use, I don't know, and then maybe play the Chow or play the mini-bot. Alternatively, we can ignore the 4-4 and just push aggression. If I was taking that aggressive stance on the earlier turn, I need to maintain a similar theme as we head into these other turns. I think that's really important. He has his own charging horse. That's really interesting. Okay, and he's probably going to kill the 3-4. No? Killing the Chow. He wants the health again. Yeah, he wants the health. That's interesting. So I can get some value out. I can get value trades here. I can get some... Oh, wow. Okay. So, what do we do here? I can play the charging horse, kill the 4-2, kill the 2-1, kill his 1-1, and have a board left over. Or I can play the Cult Master and I can draw some cards. What do I do here? There are so many options. Or I can use the True Silver. There are so many options. Interesting. Question is, which one's most efficient? Do I want to reveal the charging horse just yet, if I have to? No, I don't think I need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill his Dark Iron Dwarf, and I'm going to keep a couple of things on the board. If he wants to kill my 1-1, so be it. Fine, whatever. Next turn, I've got the Cult Master and the Charging Horse. Oh, wow. That's tremendous. Oh, wow. And that's even better value for him. Unbelievable. He could win this game. And if you remember, that starting hand that we had was so good, and yet he could win. Okay. Charging Horsey gives us initiative there. Wow, Argent Lance. Okay, okay, fine. I think his deck is giving our deck a run for its money. This is really interesting. He has a lot of value in his deck. It's a Paladin, though. What you expect? Paladins are a value class in Arena. They really are. Clockwork Knight, a tempo Clockwork Knight without the buff. I think I need to draw a card here. So there is, yeah, we're going to play the Cult Master. We're going to trade. Ooh, Kraken. Interesting. So we know the Cult Master's going to die to the weapon, but that's okay because the Kraken kills us 5-3 next turn. Oh no, follow the rules, really? Yeah, I'd say his deck's better than my deck. Follow the rules. The Aldor Peacekeeper is just too strong. In situations like this, it swings the game around, and it just did. My Consecration doesn't do very much here, unfortunately. It kills one minion. It does nothing else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out one 5-attack minion and hopefully force him to trade into my Kraken. Oh wow, another follow the rules, really? Wow, and as I'm saying there to Tarek, there's no hope. How do you beat double follow the rules, double Aldor Peacekeeper? Okay, at least he's trading. And at least I can kill 2 things on his board, which is not really saying very much, unfortunately. I can play both of my minions. The Blade Master and the Golem can both get played. But for the time being, I'm just going to hold back. I'm going to hold back. Maybe I shouldn't have held that.
Reporting for duty.
Was there a reason not to really play that? I don't know. I mean, no, that was a misplay. Not that it would have, not that it would have helped me. I mean, I'm basically dead now. I'm basically dead. I'm doing to this paladin. No, sorry, this paladin is doing to me what I did to my opponents in those previous games. Just flooding the board with board control. But he's got Murloc Knight. I don't have Murloc Knight in my deck. So I'd actually say his deck is better value than my deck because of double follow the rules, that's, you know, double Peacekeeper, and a Murloc Knight, plus the weapons that he's had. I'd actually say his deck's better than mine. Yeah, his deck, with all of that value in it, is certainly a candidate for 12 wins. There isn't anything I can do here. Even another Consecration wouldn't help me. This is why I was talking about equality earlier. I think equality would have been so helpful.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, there's no hope. Oh, Lance Carrier. That's the card I turned down in my draft. And there's the Blackwing Corruptor without the dragon synergy.
I wield the power.
Yeah, he does not wield the power of Blackwing, he wields nothing, and that's it.
Well played.
It's our loss. Oh well. It was a fun game. It started off so well. I remember the promise I made: if we don't win this game, we quit Hearthstone. I wasn't being serious. But yeah, the start that I had was so strong, and yet we lost. Interesting.
Uther versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
I will fight with honor.
Okay, priest. Now, we can keep the loot hoarder and get rid of everything else. We want some 2s into 3s here. Well, that's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. Worgen Infiltrator on turn 1 into Coin Muster on turn 2 if needed. It'll all depend on what he plays, obviously, but we need to think about the first play. Do we go with the Infiltrator or do we use the coin on the loot hoarder? Both have 2 attack, so I don't see any reason to use the coin on the loot hoarder. May as well save the coin and just play the Infiltrator because it also has 2 attack. Unless we're desperate to draw a card, in which case we coin the loot hoarder. But then what do we do on turn 2? We don't have a 2-drop. So no. I think unless we draw into a 2-drop into the next turn, there is no argument for coin loot hoarder. Alright, this priest is actually still alive.
Well met.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, Worgen Infiltrator I think is the way to go. Wow, Tempo Shrinkmeister. You don't see that very often. Yeah, we're going to kill it. And we're going to play the Brute. We're not going to play Muster just yet. I think the Brute is stronger. If you play something like a Northshire Cleric, Muster for battle is actually a liability, or the 1/1s are a liability.
Shall we put a kink?
Okay, that's interesting. He wants me to trade.
Me smash you.
Okay, well I've got my own 3-drop.
Shall we put a kink?
That's fine. Not that it's doing anything. The battle cry there is pretty much useless. He's got nothing to heal, so...
Shields up.
Wow, Tempo Sunfury Protector. That's interesting. He's playing a lot of cards Tempo, as in just playing them for board control without their battle cries activating. You know, we've seen a Tempo Sunfury We've seen a Tempo Shrinkmeister. I mean, those are both really useful utility cards. So what else does he have in his hand? This is really fascinating me now. Okay, Holy Nova. Right, sure. Of course, it was turn 5. He's going to have it. It's Priest. It's what they do on turn 5. They're Holy Nova. So, okay, we're playing our Blackwing Corruptor that has no Dragon Synergy. It's just a 5 attack minion. He counters with the Pit Fighter. Now that's interesting. It has 6 health. He wants a double trade. But what I can do here is I can play Muster and just give him 1 minion and tank 5 to the face. I'm happy to tank 5 because I'm preserving minions on my board, which I think is much more important at this stage of the game. You'll notice double Kraken sitting in my hand, and that can be a liability because I can't play those minions until turn 9 and then turn 10 respectively. So yeah, this could be bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilise the cards in hand to the best of my ability here. I'm going to play Consecration because I want things on my board to survive. I don't want to be trading everything into that 1/4 gorilla. It's just a waste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep things alive and do face damage. That's so important. By playing Consecration, we were able to get rid of his entire board and we're able to do face damage too. I think that's pretty strong. If we can survive into turn 9 and still have a board, we win the game because of Krakens. Right, that's pretty bad because that kills, well, that's going to kill 2 of my minions at least, isn't it? And the juggler doesn't help. Unless I get lucky with my jugglers here. Oh, I got lucky. Interesting. So what could I do here? Could I trade the golem in? No, we're going to trade the 4/3 or no.
Weapons ready. Shield.
We're going to keep. Yeah, it went face. We're going to keep the 4/3 alive. I actually value trading 2 things in there just to keep the 4/3 alive. I think a 4 attack minion is stronger. Generally speaking, and we're just trying to keep it alive in that we don't want Holy Nova to be able to wreck it. Holy Nova kills everything else on my board here, but the 4/3 still stays alive. That's still pretty strong. And next turn, the Kraken, well, is that lethal? 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. It's 1 off lethal next turn if he doesn't heal. Wow, Shadow Madness. And if he's smart, he'll play a minion here to go with it. Oh, he misplayed. He should have played a minion. He could have sniped the 2/1. Right, Kraken time. And we're not going face with the Kraken's damage. We're actually going to trade. That's pretty strong. Next turn, we have another Kraken. Alternatively, we have the Cult Master if we want to draw a card. So, yeah, pretty strong. We don't... Do we have lethal? 10, 11... We actually have lethal next turn, providing he doesn't heal. We have 15 damage we can do. So, hopefully he doesn't heal. Hopefully he just plays everything and doesn't heal. That's the dream. Because nobody expects double Kraken. Oh, wow. Holy Fire. And a chicken. Right, so he plays the Lost Tall Strider. Do I have lethal? No. But I can control the board quite easily here. I can either True Silver or play the second Kraken. The question is, do I want the second Kraken to be a surprise? No. We're okay revealing it. We've just done 9 damage, 10 damage to the face, and we're just going to hit him again for 11 damage. That's really strong. I'm now saying to him, Holy Nova does not save you. Actually, it does, but I have another sword. He doesn't know that. Double Kraken. Tremendous. Well, there's our quest done. Right, 3-1 with this deck. Not bad, to be honest. Not bad at all. Okay, so just heading into our next game. A bit disappointed in that I'd have liked to have used Blessing of Kings more effectively in this run so far. The dream combo is Shielded Minibot Blessing. That's the absolute dream combo, and I'd like to be able to pull that off at some point. So let's see if we can.
Uther versus Jaina.
Alright, a mage
You asked for it.
called
I
Magic
will
Turtle.
fight with honor.
Okay, that hand is terrible, apart from the Infiltrator. So we get rid of the high-cost minions, and we draw a hand that actually could be better. That doesn't help. We don't have a 2-drop. That's really bad.
Well met.
That could really hurt us here. We may be forced to hero power next turn, and that could be too slow. Oh, but he has nothing. I still have nothing. And notice I'm not going to reveal the Worgen there. The Worgen is precious to me. It has 2 attack. I don't want it to get pinged. So let's just hold off.
What you want?
Oh, Frostwolf Grunt. You don't see those very often. They're not exactly viewed as a great minion to play in Arena. They tend to die very easily to trade. So being a 2-2, it isn't great. If the Frostwolf Grunt was a 3-2 or a 2-3, it'd actually be excellent. But yeah, as a 2-2, it doesn't do very much. It doesn't kill 3 health minions, and it dies very easily to 2 attack minions. So, alright, card draw time. That's 1 card, that's really good.
The battle.
And another card. That's good too. Let's kill the spiders.
The battle.
Pretty good. Ooh, Sludge Belcher.
Justice.
And we're actually going to attack. And the reason we're attacking there is we're saying to the mage, if you want to ping that 2-1, go right ahead, draw me another card, please. And I'd be a very grateful player. So, he has to kill the Cult Master. Of course, if he kills that Cult Master, there's another one queued up. But this is a very awkward turn, and for him, and that's why I unveiled the Worgen. He's actually pinging it. Wow, he's going to draw me a card, and that's a great card. Oh wow. He didn't want to take the 50-50 gamble by playing Flame Cannon first, hoping it would actually kill the Cult Master. And yes, Magic Turtle's magic will tear me apart, apparently, or so says Jaina there. No, I have a full hand. I have card advantage. Now, I mean, I had a choice there of what to play. I just played 2 minions, I guess. Not too keen on Zombie Chow now. I don't. Oh, that's terrible. I should have played Zombie Chow. Oh dear. Yeah, I said not too keen on Zombie Chow because, well, as the game goes on, when the Chow dies, it gives him health. And you see, in a situation like this, if the Chow dies, he heals for 5. The mage goes back up to 28, and that's not good because it's going to take me longer to kill him.
Many secrets.
Kirin Tor Mage, you don't... Oh wow, you actually have the combo. You don't see that card very often, and you actually have the free secret to play with it. That's really good for him. And Chillwind Yeti, one of the best 4-drops in Arena because of the 4-5 stats. It's tremendous. It has always been tremendous from day one, and it still is tremendous to this day. Now what do I do here? There are no easy options, no easy choices. If that's Mirror Entity, I guess I'd want to give him a Zombie Chow. So let's test.
I wonder.
Let's oh, do we want to do it? Can we just get away with Consecration here first? No. Play the Chow. Okay, this is Mirror Entity. Now we play Consecration. Now we consecrate, and the reason we're consecrating is to soften up that board. Particularly softening up cards like the Yeti there. Bringing it down to 3 health, I think, is very useful.
Move quickly. For justice.
Okay. I think I did that wrong. I could have killed the 4-1 anyway with the other weapon. I'm not entirely sure why I did that. There was no reason to play the Argent Lance. I had a weapon up before. Okay. Alright. Looks like I'm misplaying in this game, but it's okay. We can still win. Because we have cards. We have more cards than him. And not only that, we can draw cards. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to play the Cult Master. Because I want to draw a card. Again, you could argue it's a very inefficient play, doing what I just did there. But we're going to draw a card. And I think at this stage in the game, any card draw I can get with a board presence obtained is really useful. And that's what the Cult Master did there. It let me draw a card for 1. And there's no telling when I can draw cards later on in this game. I mean, if he has Flame Strike, there's no guarantee that I'm going to be drawing later in this game. It just would have cleared my entire board. So I took the opportunity to draw a card when I could, on my terms. I think that was decent. I mean, we have value here. I mean, I can draw another card, trading the Belcher into the 2/2 if I really want to. But maybe we won't do that. I need to see what the secret is. It's not mirror entity. That's really interesting. Now, if we trigger the scientist now... Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, it's Ice Barrier. Okay. I was going to say, maybe I should have killed the scientist first. So maybe that was another misplay on my part. Because if he's got double Ice Barrier in his deck... Okay, yeah. If he's got double Ice Barrier in his deck, killing the scientist with the original Ice Barrier up wouldn't trigger the second one to appear. But it was actually vaporized, and do you know what? Playing the Cult Master there worked out really well because I drew another card. That's actually really good. I'm getting great value out of Cult Masters in this series so far, and I'm quite happy with that. He recognizes what a threat it is, he kills it off. Well, if I'm not careful, I could end up running out of cards. That's also another issue. He thinks he's clever with the Kraken. Well, I'm going to counter his Kraken with my own one. Now, here's the question. Do I tank it or do I trade? I'm going to tank because I'm at 25 health. I'm now at 18. That's okay. He can't kill me just yet. I have the board. I have control. I have more cards than him. I have the advantage, and yeah, I think on that basis we win the game. Unless there's a Flame Strike. Wow! Pyroblast! Well, that could have gone to my face. Now we flood the board. And I'm challenging him to have Flame Strike. I'm challenging him. Now, even if he has Flame Strike, it's fine, because one of the shielded minions is going to survive. The mini-bot will survive, and I'll draw a card. So it's okay, but I'm counting on the fact that perhaps he doesn't have it. Okay, there's the Frostbolt. Means he doesn't have Flame Strike. The heal bot in this situation does nothing, because it's healing him for 8, sure, but it just means he survives for a little bit longer, and he recognises the situation. Yeah, he concedes. Well played, though. Yeah, Flame Strike there would have been really good for him if he'd got it. I mean, I still would have followed up with more threats, but well played by the mage there. Well played. So yeah, 4 wins. So far, so good. Not a bad deck at all. Being aggressive seems to be working for me, you know. Being aggressive in terms of drawing cards with the Cult Master, being aggressive in terms of board presence, it all seems to be working out very well for me up to this point. So maybe we keep it up, I don't know. I'm usually quite a conservative player, and you know, those Cult Master plays, I usually would have waited till I had more value. You know, drawing one card would seem a waste to me. But in this series here, I'm feeling a bit more aggressive, or the need to sort of seize the initiative and take a few risks. Okay, so this is an aggressive start. The leper gnome there represents 4 damage, in that it's 2 damage plus the 2 from the death rattle. It can, is significant. It adds up. So I'm going to counter with the loot order. I could have waited until turn 2 and coined out muster, but no, it's fine. Consecration could be really good for me here later in this game if this paladin continues to be aggressive. Anyway, with the trade there, the 3-2 is contesting the 1-1. Unless he has a weapon perhaps, then he can clear the 3-2. Okay, Tempo Tinkertown there. That's not particularly great for him.
Hey, catch!
Okay, here's Muster. Right, Muster. Hit for 2.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, good.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, that's bad.
Justice.
Okay, RNG not on my side there. If we'd hit one more juggle into the 3-2, I could have cleared it with the weapon and would be on our way to winning the game. Ooh, Tournament Medic. I don't like that card. Well, I don't like playing it. It's pretty useless with 1 attack. But if a card like that gets buffed with Blessing of Kings, like I just did with my 1-1, it becomes a terrible card to take down. Because of that 8 health, 8 plus 4 is 12. It becomes a 12 health minion with 5 attack. That's really difficult. Anyway, Madder Bomber, RNG. Where are the bombs going to land? Well, they don't kill my minions. That's brilliant. True Silver Champion here would have been really good. Alternatively, Bomb Lobber. Special Delivery. There we go. And, yeah. 8 damage on board, plus 1 from the weapon, that's 9. Plus 4 in hand from double Consecration. We're in a good position. Okay, there's the owl, there's the jouster. Do we win the joust? Ha! We win the joust. Fantastic.
Reporting for duty.
Red alert.
The battle.
Alright, there we go. There's one Consecration used. That's pretty good. It's pretty good value, to be honest. Boulder Fist Ogre. That's his answer. It's a good answer usually because of the 7 health, but I'm being aggressive here, so I'm going to ignore it, and I'm going to go face.
Well played.
And he says well played.
Well played.
I think he realises it's over. Well, there's Blessing of Kings. Wow. So if he'd had that on the Tournament Medic, would this game have turned out differently? I don't know. And there we have it. Do you know, that game, well, could have been pretty close. Blessing of Kings, on an ogre there. If I'd been a turn behind on things, I could have lost that game. It was actually quite close when you compare our health totals and when you compare how much damage an ogre with kings on it can do. It's pretty significant. Or even a Tournament Medic with Blessing of Kings. That's still significant. So okay, 5-1 here so far. And the combo of weapons with Consecrations, it's working out pretty well. It's working out pretty well. Okay, heading into the next game, and
Uther versus
it's
Uther.
Paladin again. All right, another Paladin.
Fight with honor. Justice demands retribution.
Not the best opening hand, but I'm going to keep the champion and the golem. We're going to be greedy in the sense that we're hoping to draw into 2-drops. Now, drawing the Worgen there is pretty good. Now we just need a shielded mini-bot, and if we get that curve going, we're going to be okay in this game. There is an argument to say that maybe I should have mulliganed away the Ogre and the champion to go for more of those early drops. But we'll see. We'll see how this works out. I can coin out a 3-drop next turn. That's still pretty strong. Shielded Mini on his end of things, though, is very strong. Very strong. I wish I had my own mini-bot. So we're going to play the Harvest Golem. Because, or are we? Is it better than the Ogre Brute? Yes, it is. It's better because of the Death Rattle. It can attack into the shielded mini twice and still come back with the Death Rattle. I think that's pretty good.
Reporting for duty.
Huh. Well, okay. If we trade the 2-3 into the 1-1 here, the Golem dies to the mini-bot, but and we'll still produce the Death Rattle, so it's okay. Yeah, let's get some value here. Leaving the shield intact is a terrible risk, though. If he has Blessing of Kings, it's over. Oh. he actually has Blessing of Kings. Wow. Okay. Didn't expect that at all. Didn't expect it. I mean, how much do you have to play around those combos in Arena? What are the chances your opponent actually ends up having them? That's there's always the question to ask. Anyway, we're still okay. Yeah, Trog is fine. Hero Power is also fine. Okay, he's trying to contest my 2-1. Special Delivery now. Doesn't feel right. So what I'm going to do is, well, we need to kill the Trog as a priority to begin with. I'm tempted to trade the 2-1 into the 1-1 and put the sword into the 2-3. Or we could ignore the 1-1 and go face.
Shall we put a kink in their plan?
The trouble is, what if he's got another Blessing of Kings? This is the worry. So we're going to trade. It feels like a bad trade there, because obviously a 2-1 going into a 1-1, it doesn't feel good. But you don't want him to be able to take advantage of that 1-1. You know, Blessing of Kings would get him value. He'd be able to kill the 4-3 and still have the 5-1, you know, survive on the board. Oh wow, Frost Elemental. That's pretty big because it's a 5-5, but I have a sword. Or I've got Bomb Lobber. What do I want to show him? I'm happy to show him the sword, and I want to keep Bomb Lobber a secret. That's fine. So we've got a 4-3 and a 1-1 on board. He has nothing on board. Health totals at this point don't mean anything. 30 is more or less the same as 20, because he can't really kill me anytime soon. So health totals mean nothing. What we're after is board control. That's what we're really after here. And if you can combine board control with a bit of aggression going face, yeah, you're in a good position. Okay, Argent Protector, terribly annoying there. Terribly annoying, because that shield, it's giving that Yeti
Sneak attack.
a bit of oomph to it now. How do I deal with this? I can get the value trade between the 4-3 and the 2-2. I think that would be pretty decent. Alternatively, I can trade. Yeah, I can kill off the shield. I can consecrate. And I can use the sword. Yeah. Felt like I had to invest an awful lot into clearing that board, but you know what? It was worth it. And the reason is, I have 3 minions on my board. That's so important. Notice our health totals are starting to equalise now, in the sense that 24 to 18
You smell like
before
a
it was 30 to
libido.
20. Right, so the 5-4, hopefully contested by the bomb lobber, but he's going to play something else, isn't he? Is he just going to hero power? If he hero powers, no, he's not. He's going to play a
Do you
2-4
need a
and a
blessing?
2-1. Okay, there's consecration value. Oh wow, yeah, there's consecration value here just to get rid of the 2-1, if anything, and to soften up the 5-4. Because now what we can do is we can trade the Chow into the 5-2, or we can utilize Blessing of Kings and have it survive. Oh, there are lots of options here. No, let's give him some help. Sure. Again, 27 to 18 means nothing. Board control, however, means something. Playing around Consecration there, I think, and keeping 2 minions at 3 health is pretty good. Right, Ogre Brute contests both of those. However,
Reporting for duty.
we have a bomb lobber. Oh wow, Seal of Champions. That is one of the best buff cards for Paladin in Arena. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to use it with an attack, which is really good. So we've sort of stolen the initiative away from him there. He was forced to play it just to think about surviving. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to trade. And once again, we're maintaining board control. We have card advantage in our hand as well as on the board. I think that's really, really significant.
Your mother was a
Your mother was a Murloc, really? Oh.
reporting for duty.
So another evil heckler, but it's not enough because, well, I can kill it with a trade.
Battle.
I can play a weapon and trade, kill off the 1-1. So trade a weapon charge for the 1 health of the 1-1. I think that's decent at this stage. My weapon had 3 charges, which is really good. And I believe I have lethal next turn. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes. And if he does play another taunt, I've got bomb lobber potentially. And that's it. Wow. So, yeah, a nice win against a paladin. This paladin was nowhere near as overpowered as the paladin that's given us our 1 loss so far. You know, that was the double follow the rules Aldor Peacekeeper paladin. That paladin was so overpowered, and he had a Murloc Knight as well. Interesting how the paladin we just faced wasn't anywhere near as bad as that one.
Uther versus Malfurion.
Okay, so Druid. Now, we're fighting for 7 wins.
I will fight with honor.
And you've got to think to yourself, well, okay, to get this far, that Druid, well, he's probably got a really strong deck of some kind. And the kind of cards you're going to be expecting here, potentially, Ironbark Protector, maybe even Ancient of War, or Ancient of Lore even. Druids at this stage may even have Savage Roar. Or the combo, it's entirely possible. Donassus Aspirant, that's really strong for him. That's a card you see on the ladder, and it wins Druids their games. It wins them games, pure and simple. It's just so strong because of the mana ramp that he gets. You notice his mana; he's at 3 mana now, and unless I kill that 2/3, I'm going to be at a disadvantage for the rest of this game. He values the shield there. Oh, Living Roots. That's another card you see on the ladder. And it wins Druids their games. So is this a constructed Druid that I'm playing? It feels like it. Saboteur, well, it's a 3-drop, I guess. You know, do I want to play the Ogre Brute? The Ogre Brute has got 4 health. Hopefully it's going to contest a little bit more on the board there. And that's the value of the Brute. You know, 4 attack, 4 health, pretty decent. It'll eat up a couple of trades. He may hero power and then throw 3 attack from the board into it. But he's flooding the board. He's being aggressive. And if you've watched my numerous arena videos, you'll have heard me comment frequently about how aggressive the arena meta is. I mean, I was guilty of that in my earlier games, being hyper aggressive against some of my opponents. So here the sword is good. We clear the 2/3. It's fine. A bit of an empty play because we don't develop our board, but we're going to chip away at his board. And now we're saying that whatever he plays on turn 4, he has to think about it carefully because I may be able to kill it. Oh, there's another tournament medic. I'm seeing that card played more and more in Arena now. And I'm presuming he's got better cards in his hand, but he wanted something to contest my sword. And he found it. That's pretty good for him. Okay, so what we can do, Saboteur is really good here because it means that he can't hero power. And to clear the 4/3, he'd need to hero power and double trade, or to clear the zombie chow too. So that's really good for us. Right, there's his own Ogre Brute. Oh, Wrath. This is a constructed Druid. We've seen Living Roots, Donatus Aspirant, and we've seen Wrath. Wow, what's next? Combo? Okay, Stampeding Kodo, please hit the 1/8. Please use your Kodo powers and hit the 1/8. Don't hit the 1/2. Hit the 1/8. Do it. Oh, terrible.
That was a mistake.
The Kodo was not very smart there, unfortunately. It targeted the wrong move. And I'm going to keep the 2/1 stealth. Now, I'm playing into swipe, unfortunately. That could be really bad for me. But I'm going to pray and hope he doesn't have it. Well, considering he's had Living Roots, the Aspirant, and, you know, who knows what other cards he's got. What are the chances of this Druid having or not having swipe? The chances are he's got everything he needs. The chances are he's a constructed deck. That's how it feels. So, Consecration plus a trade, well, it can do something on the board. It can clear up a few minions. There's lots of options here, actually. What do I want to get rid of the most? What's my priority? Yeah, that seems... that trade's okay, because the Kodo still has 3 health. And what I can do now is I can either Belcher or Consecrate up. The Imani Berserker was a priority to get rid of there. It really was. Because of the Enrage effect, and you don't want that effect to come into play, especially if he plays a card to buff it. It can get very awkward. Okay.
Reporting for duty.
So in that sequence of plays there may have been a better sequence, but I was more interested in removing the highest attack power from the board. So my Belcher, so my Belcher doesn't get contested. Or, well, it just got contested. That's really bad. Okay. He had to invest a lot, though, to kill the Belcher, so I shouldn't be too sad about it. So, yeah, Tempo Blackwing Corruptor. No Dragon Synergy. However, it's a 5 attack minion. It's significant. And now we're building up the board. Swipe would still wreck us terribly if he had it, but maybe he doesn't have it. That's the only thing you can hope for in these situations. You can just hope for the idea, the dream, the wish, if you will, that he doesn't have it. The tournament medic there really getting value for him. He's constantly healing up. I need to see what I can do to remove it. Oh, he's bringing it back to his hand. Wow. Okay. That's okay. Ooh, double Consecration. It's pretty good. I'm going to save it. Yeah, we're going to save the Consecration for another turn, I think. It'd be a waste here on just one minion, because we potentially consecrate and throw the Kodo in. But what I'm going to do is just go face. I'm going to go back to being aggressive, because I've got 4 damage in hand here, and yeah, 4 damage is really significant.
To Northrend!
Particularly as we head into those late stages of the game, I may be able to kill him with it. Alternatively, I can certainly kill that board with 1 consecration. That's pretty good. Now, is he going to clear the shield, or is he going to clear the 1/1? I'd be curious here. Okay, he's going to go with the idea of removing a minion. Blessing of Kings, no. Okay, so we're going to clear, and we're going to get face. Now, playing the Cult Master just as a minion here, again, some players would disagree with that play. They say only play the Cult Master when you can get value from it. But I need to threaten lethal very soon, because I'm out of cards, really. He has cards. He has card advantage in hand. So I need to be super careful here. But he obviously... There's the swipe. Yeah, I knew he had it. And there's the Tournament Medic. Okay, he's just going to keep healing. This could get awkward now. This could get seriously awkward. Wow. The amount of value he's had from the Tournament Medic. And now this is becoming a liability for me, unfortunately. I really wish that was another minion. I really do.
Remember, kill to lust.
Maybe I should have traded and used Consecration on that thing, just in the hopes of killing it on the next turn with something. Or just traded into it, you know, without the Consecration. Oh my gosh. Right. Tournament Medic oh my. Okay, I've lost the game. A 213? Nah, can't beat that. A 213 that heals you every turn. Yeah, can't beat that. So, Tournament Medic got him tremendous value there. Maybe I should have targeted it earlier in the game, before he brought it back to hand. Maybe I should have just spent more time just trying to kill that thing.
Reporting for duty.
But I mean, what are the chances, you know, that a Druid is running those taunt up cards? It's just so wrong. It's so difficult to anticipate. At least it's down to full health, but I still think I'm going to struggle to kill it.
Safety restrictions online.
Okay, we've lost.
Harvesting servos.
We've lost. There is nothing we can do. Well played to him, though. Drafting Tournament Medic with taunt buffs, with, you know, return to the hand cards. He's done a good job drafting this deck. And he drafted that ridiculous legendary. There's nothing I can do.
Don't worry, guys. The cavalry's here.
Why am I still playing? Actually, just concede. We can't beat that. It's too strong. He may be at 12 health, but it's just too strong. Tarek's response there. Oh. How do you, oh look, oh of course, Druid of the Claw, yeah sure. How do you respond to this? How do you beat this? It's just so difficult. We're gonna concede, no, Harvest Golem won't do it. Yeah. There's no point. He doesn't have lethal next turn, but I can't win this game. Not with that legendary on the board, and not with a taunt in the way. So 6-2. Okay. Is this deck reaching its limitations now, heading into later stages of play where your opponents have, you know, better decks with legendaries in them? And of course that Druid, you know, he had answers to everything. Literally.
Versus Jaina.
So,
You asked for it.
yeah, he had Living Roots, if we remember correctly. He had the Donatus Aspirant. He had Wraths. Was it double Wrath that he had? He had just an amazing set of cards. And I mean, I think my deck's decent with double True Silver and triple Consecration. The fact is, I think Wrath is a higher value card than Consecration in that particular game, in that situation, in those circumstances. Living Roots was also tremendous in the early game, so yeah, there's nothing we could do. Okay, so the mage uses a frostbolt. Fine, great. Kills the zombie chow. It's a worthy sacrifice. I mean, a 1-cost card contesting a 2-cost card. That's not bad, actually. So now we're just going to play Muster. There you go. That's pretty strong. Do you know what would have been even better in this deck? Quartermaster. If I somehow could have managed to get it. I've started playing a bit more mid-range Paladin on ladder recently, and it's done really, really well for me. Muster, Quartermaster combos at the right time, with Justicar Trueheart involved in the mix, is just ridiculously strong. So here, True Silver Champion, clear the 3-5. We cannot keep the Violent Teacher on board, because it will spawn 1/1s after he casts spells, and hey, it's a mage. The mage probably has lots of spells. So priority there is to remove it. True Silver there, really valuable. Muster there, also useful because of the 1/1s that it's spawned. Okay, he gets the juggle. That's really unfortunate. I was hoping it was going to go face. Okay, so Consecration here I think is alright, because we can play the Worgen. Alternatively, we could play the Charging Horse, which may actually be stronger. Yeah, I think that's slightly better. Yeah, because it had charge. So, and we keep the Consecration for something else. Yeah, I think this is a better play. Okay, so that's good. Hero Power takes up 2 mana on his turn. Piloted Shredder. Now, if only I had a dragon in hand, I could use the Blackwing Corruptor. I'm really tempted to draw cards because I've got 2 Cult Masters. Yeah, sure.
Join or die, or both.
Is there any reason not to play that? So I've opted not to draw cards there. I've opted to just get him to trade, and next turn I can play the second Cult Master. Yeah, I think that's actually better. Oh, he's got a spell. Oh god, now he's got spell damage. Alright, he had nothing. Oh, I was worried about spell. That's the second Violet Teacher we've seen. Ooh, Blessing of Kings. Wow. Okay, so we could play the Cult Master here and draw cards from the 2/2. I think that's relatively strong. 2 cards is pretty good value.
The battle.
Huh. Okay. I'm just going to go for board presence now. Sure. So I'm expecting the 3/5 to go into the 4/2. That's what I'm expecting. If so, fine. I can then trade in the 2/1 if needed. But it'll depend on what else he plays. He's got 8 mana to play with. That's pretty significant. However, next turn, I've got Blessing of Kings, which is going to be... oh, wow, Dragon's Breath.
I am ready to learn.
Okay, that's good, because that's 5 mana used up. And he's actually trading with the Harvest Golem. And he's actually pinging. Wow, that's interesting. Because... ooh, Coda. I can Blessing a Kings, but what does that actually do? The Worgen gets 5 health. It contests everything on the board. Is that what I want to do, though?
Let me think.
I can Saboteur and play kings. I don't know if there are any truly obvious plays. I can Consecration and trade and play the Saboteur. So, just asking Tarek, really. What would Tarek do here? And he reckons the Kodo. That's interesting.
Move quickly.
No, and he says Kodo hero power. Huh. Do I want to play around Flame Strike? That's the question, and the answer is I do. So, if he has Flame Strike, would he use it on this board? Probably not, because it's a 2-1 and a 1-1. Alright, there's the Fireball.
I am ready.
Now, what we do have next turn is the Kraken, as I'm just saying there to Tarek. The Kraken is so strong here. Although that was actually, that's really strong for him. Earthen Ring, healing the Violet Teacher. The Violet Teacher is getting him a ridiculous amount of value in this game, and I need to get rid of it. I really do. The question is how? This is not easy.
I wonder.
So I'm contemplating using the Kraken on the 3-3, killing the 1-1 and leaving the Teacher alive, and next turn the Kraken goes into the Teacher. However, if he has more spells, he will gain value. So actually, it may be better to kill the Teacher with the Kraken and the 2-1. It'll leave 2 minions on board, however, it may be a better play. As Tarek is explaining there, yeah, it's a better play because we can't really give him any more value with 1-1s. I think it's not good. So, if he's got another Fireball here, at least the Kraken's done something. That's not a Fireball. Oh, Flame Cannon. He's actually got Spell. Wow. Okay. So it was the right call to kill the Violet Teacher there. Unfortunately, a 6/6 Frostwolf Warlord is really difficult to deal with. Really difficult to deal with. Again, there are no terribly obvious plays here. If that 1-1 wasn't on the board, I could bomb lob a Consecration, but that 1-1 is... Well, no, I can Consecrate first.
I wonder.
And then bomb lobber. But is that a value Consecration? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So Tarek is recommending 2 mid-sized minions.
Let me think.
And then Consecrate the next turn.
I wield the power.
I think that's sensible.
Shall we put it down?
We'll try and remove his hero power this turn, or rather make it more expensive. So hopefully stopping the ability to ping if it comes in handy at all for him, depending on what cards and spells he's got. That could work out, or maybe at least force him to trade his 1-1 into my 1-1. Wow, Polymorph on the Tempo Blackwing Corruptor. That's pretty interesting. And face. Of course. Of course. Okay. Again, no terribly easy turns here in terms of what to do. Both of those minions are threatening in their own way. The 4/7 gives him spell damage. We don't like that. So I think this is where we do Consecrate, as Tarek is saying there. Yeah, Consecration bomb lobber does clear the board. We just need to make the right trades first, that's all. Yeah.
Sneak attack.
Move quickly.
There we go. So now we have board control. We have card advantage, I guess.
Well played.
Yeah. Card advantage. Oh dear. Wow. Force tank max. Okay. I think we race him now. I don't think there's anything we can do about that minion. I think we have to race him. Unless, no, we use the juggler and we just play minions there. There you go. If we can pop the shield. Pop the shield, sorry. Yes. Now we can trade. Now we can trade. But do we want to? With the kings? Or do I tank the true silver? So I'm debating with Terrick here. I'm just debating with him. I was considering being aggressive earlier and ignoring the tank. The trouble is, if he's got Flame Strike, we just lose automatically.
Move quickly.
We're going to take the risk, and we're going to play True Silver Champion because I want to save kings. I have a strong feeling that kings is our win condition. So we need to save Blessing of Kings for an opportunity to go face possibly, or to get a value trade on something. Kings would not have been a value trade because the minion just would have died when faced against the force tank. So, okay, anyway, the tank there is threatening in its own way. It's a 3/4. I mean, I can clear it easily. I'm playing into Flame Strike again, though. And as Terrick rightly points out, he pinged my face, so we reckon there's more burn coming through.
Let me.
For some reason, I thought I could trade the juggler in. No, the tank has 4 health. But we can actually hero power. No, it doesn't work. And of course it doesn't work. Of course it doesn't hit it. So we need to trade and look after our health total because we're in a bad position now. Double Fireball kills us. Fireball, Frostbolt, Ping kills us. Lots of things kill us now with mage spells. This is it's quite bad. But it looks like he doesn't have anything, and that's really good. Because I can draw a card from that 4/4. Actually, do I have lethal? 11, 12, 13... Do I? Let's see what happens. Go face. Yes! Wow. That's exact lethal. That is exact lethal. Is it? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17. Yeah, it is. It is. Had to second guess myself a few times, just trying to count that up again and again.
For justice.
Yeah. Fantastic. And there we go. Well played. That was a great game there. I did miss it a couple of times.
Well played.
But yeah. There we go. I should have spotted it instantly. 7 and 2. We've at least made our money back on this arena run, or our gold back. That's significant. Terrick saying he just about missed it himself. Yeah, initially I was quite obsessed with looking at the minions on board and looking at how I could trade, and then I thought, oh yeah, it's lethal. All right, okay, oh yeah. And then I had to second guess it, count it up again, count it up a 3rd time, count it up a 4th time. I just wasn't sure. So, anyway. Not a great opening hand. We need those 1 and 2 drops, but we're going to keep the Harvest Golem because it's, as I say, one of the best 3 drops in Arena because of the Death Rattle. That hand is not bad. A Worgen would have been good, but Shielded Mini into Muster or Harvest Golem is still very, very strong. Unfortunately, though, we'd want another 2-drop in our hand as well, in that we could coin out a 2-drop and then play a 2-drop again on turn 2. So, a slow start for us, And a fast start for the Paladin because he's got 2 minions on board. But what I'm going to do is we're going to use Muster now. And this is why Muster is such an amazing card. It gives you board presence in the early game, and it gives you a weapon to kill off those early minions. It's so strong. Unfortunately, of course, we'll play right into Consecration on turn 4. That's the only issue here. However, what are the chances he has it? We want to play on curve here. Really tempted to play a mini-bot because of the shield, but we're going to play on curve. And we're going to be aggressive and hit face with a weapon. With more than one true silver champion in this deck, there's no reason to hold the weapon charges on the Light's Justice there. There's no real point. Chillwin Yeti, we've seen that card before in this run. It is incredibly strong. But what we're going to do here is going to go for the value trade. In that we're going to use the spider tank to get a hit in. And we're going to hope he uses his Yeti to kill the tank. So the tank will have been contesting 2 minions. Even though it's not going to kill the Yeti, hopefully it just absorbs another hit, which otherwise would have potentially gone face or gone into something else. So turn 5 for him. If he has Consecration, that would be really bad for me. So I'm debating here what to play. Do we play the Guardian, which is 4 cost with a shield? It's a 3/3. Or do we play double mini-bot? I think double mini-bot's fine. And I'm going to go face. Yeah, I'm not going to trade it. If he has Consecration, good for him. Honestly, you know. And I think he has it. Yeah, he does. Yeah, good for him. Sure. And we can't get a clean kill on the 4/3 with the board trade. So we're going to use the Bomb Lobber. It does feel like a slight waste of the Bomb Lobber because it was a 3 health minion rather than a 4 health one. And it was a 3 health minion that already got lots of value for the Paladin. But Bomb Lobber there was fine. It's given us board control at least. And we saved the mini-bot, which is, I think, quite important. And avoided tanking the Yeti with our weapon, with our face rather. But now is a good time to tank something with your face because it's a 4 for a 4. 4 attack weapon into a 4 health ogre. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, second Consecration still keeps the Bomb Lobber alive. We have the Kodo for next turn, depending on what he plays. That's pretty good.
It's getting hot in here.
Ooh, Consecration? No. Wow, if he had Consecration there, wow, that would have been terrible. But now we get Kodo value. Oh, there's the second true silver for this game. What we're going to do is we're going to avoid giving him a card. That's what we're going to do. That's why we tank the 2 damage from the Flame Juggler and we play the Kodo here. And by playing the Kodo on the Acolyte there, we avoid him drawing a card. And card draw is what makes Arena tick. It really is. And you want to take any opportunity you can to deny card draw.
Are you ready for this?
There's another Archmage. Archmage? I never tell which way is correct for saying that, pronouncing that. But yeah, a 4/7 is actually relatively strong. It eats up a lot of my minions. But we have a Sludge Belcher, and we have a weapon. We can kill it with our weapon and another trade.
I wonder.
6, 7, 8, 9, 13. We're close to lethal, but it's not quite lethal. So what we're going to do is we are going to trade because the spell damage on that minion could actually be really bad for us if it's allowed to live. You know, Consecration. If he's got double Consecration like I've had previously, then that would be really bad for us. We'd lose the game on that basis. So we're just going to go crazy with trades there, and now we're just going to keep developing the board presence. The Divine Shield on the 3/3 is very, very strong. Very strong. Tarek there mentioning that these plays play around Consecration. Avenging Wrath again! We've already been hit once by that card in this arena run, from a rogue no less, and this paladin actually drafted Avenging Wrath. Wow. That card, sorry, excuse me, that card is a difference maker. It really is. Do I have lethal? Yeah, I have lethal. Tremendous. Kraken value. There we go. So, Avenging Wrath there was sort of a last-ditch gasp for life there from my opponent. It didn't work out. And we are now 8-2.
Uther versus Jaina.
Alright, so it's a mage now. Things to be afraid of at this point in this arena run, as you're sort of fighting for that ever higher number of wins. Things to be afraid of with the mages, obviously fireballs and frostbolts. Mana worms, we've not really seen mana worms in this run. I'm waiting for a turn 1 mana worm in that early game. I've not seen them play Unstable Portal either. Ooh, Clockwork Gnome. Oh, could this be a mech mage on Arena? This would be pretty fascinating. Shielded Minibot is strong in that it will force him to ping and trade. And next turn, I still have the initiative because I've got 3 drops. I have a choice of 3 drops that I can play. So, yeah, that's pretty strong. Shielded Minibot, definitely one of the best 2 drops in Arena. You could argue it's the best 2 drop, not just in Arena, but some people would argue in Constructed too, because of its ability to absorb damage. There's the Ogre Brute. 4/4 on turn 3 is strong, even though it will often miss its attacks. It's still strong, and it's got to be dealt with. He's coining. What are you coining? Wow. Actually, that's really good for him. Let's try and kill it. Yeah, the Ogre Brute managed to hit, and we trade, and now he'll have to ping the Ogre Brute. And that'll be his turn 4, hopefully all used up. Wait, what's he pinging? He's pinging the 2/1. Wow, he really doesn't want me to use that 2/1 next turn. Wow, but he's leaving the Brute on the board. Well, he's probably going to ping the Brute on his next turn, but that's also okay, because it means he'll only have 3 mana to play with, so yeah, that's alright, I guess. I can play 2 minions here. I can play Golem and a Loot Hoarder, or I can just go with the Guardian, but that's not mana efficient. I need to think about getting Cult Master value at some point. I mean, yeah, Golem and Loot Hoarder is mana efficient, so that's what we're going to go with. Okay, so hopefully it'll be our 2 minions contesting 1 minion that he plays, so we still have control.
May my ancestors.
Oh, that's a really annoying minion, though. I think it's Cult Master time. We're actually going to draw 2 cards from this. We could have engineered it to have the Harvest Golem survive, but I actually think, against the mage here, 2 cards is value. I actually really think it is. People could look at the series of games I've played so far and say I've been, you know, super liberal with my Cult Masters. But it's helped me get this far. And I think the card draw has been what's carried me. He's forced to ping Oh, okay, he's going to kill it. I was going to say, be forced to ping and just leave the Cult Master alive, but no, he's smart. He pinged Cone of Cold. Yeah, that's pretty good for him. But I was able to draw 2 cards, and that's still good for me. So many choices now on what to play. We know next turn is Flame Strike territory, so
Let me think.
let's play 1 card that's resistant to Flame Strike. And let's get 2 juggles to the face. I think that's still worthwhile. As I say to Tarek, skill striking coming.
Wanted.
Oh, he wants to give me a spell. Free spell. Corruption. Oh, that's actually really good for him. That's actually really, really good for him. I've essentially lost half of the value on that minion now because of corruption. Because it'll die next turn. After I've used it, of course, it'll die. But I won't get the double value, so I won't be able to trade and then get further value once the shield goes. That's really, really good for him. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to kill the 2/3. And I'm going to play one of my True Silver champions.
For justice.
I still think that's pretty good. I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. You know, we haven't seen Flame Strike, so we need to count the lucky stars and just hope that maybe, you know, maybe it doesn't. Maybe he doesn't have it. And there's Flame Strike. So Flame Strike there, pretty good for him. So contemplating the True Silver here or the Kraken. I think if we True Silver, we don't play the Kraken. We'd have to play the Blade Master and the Saboteur and Hero Power. But yeah, Tarek reckons there the Kraken's just stronger. Because what Tarek has spotted is Wind Fury. And that is something I missed. The Spellslinger gave me Wind Fury. Now, of course, Master Jouster. Oh, he wins the joust. Wow, okay, that stops everything there. Yeah, that stops my Wind Fury attack. Emergency Coolant, of course. Of course, that was what he got as a spare part. He had to get that particular spare part, and that stopped my my Kraken. Okay. So, the 18 damage Wind Fury is now a dream that's been shattered. Not that I was actually expecting that to happen. It's, you know, it's how likely would it have been that the Hearthstone gods would have let me play an 18 attack turn? That +4 from the True Silver, of course.
Shall we put a kink in their plans?
I guess the mini bot is better here. The shield will help, and maybe next turn, if he doesn't kill the Kraken, maybe I can trade the sword and the mini bot. But we're expecting a second flame. Well, we're expecting a second Flame Strike. Come on, at this level of play, surely he's got it. Surely he has to have it. Oh, he's going to kill the mini bot. Oh, he's got it. Yeah, there it is. See? Yeah, double Flame Strike. Oh, look, Arcane Missiles too. Is he actually going to kill the... Yeah, sure, why not? Kill my Kraken too while you're at it. Alright. Anyway, I've got double True Silver champion.
For justice. Reporting for duty.
The True Silver is actually 8 damage across 2 turns. +4, that's 12. Nowhere near enough lethal, but we still have Wind Fury. Oh, card draw 2, sure. What, are we looking for a third Flame Strike? Captured Jewelmonger, wow. Okay, I'm in trouble.
Reporting for duty.
Wield the power.
Right, we have to go face. We have to go face, yeah. Tarek is recommending a Win Fury on the 4-3, just because we want to push as much damage as we can.
Justice.
Now, if he has the second Flame Strike, we potentially lose this game. Because we've played all of our cards now, our hand is more or less empty. Well, it is empty. It will get one card next turn. Might Control. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay.
For the Lich King!
So it's looking like a loss on the basis of that board, and he's played that well. You know, he timed his mind control. Obviously, he's played a really good game, but we win because there's Consecration, and my reaction there with Tarek is just, yeah, says it all, doesn't it? I'm going to BM slightly. I don't usually BM other players. I'm usually very respectful. But here I'm just going to hero power and just pretend I haven't got it. And then I hit Consecration. And that's it. Yeah. That's quite a relief. Right, so 9 wins. Not bad. Heading into this next game against a Paladin here, and look at this opening hand. It is ridiculously overpowered. Ridiculously overpowered. Yeah, Tarek's saying there, what a hand. I'm contemplating double chow, but Tarek's right, and he's saying I don't have a 2-drop for next turn, so I shouldn't double chow. I was trying to be greedy there, just thinking how strong would that be? You know, just think of all the minions I could contest. Well, actually, that 3-2 is bad. It kills my chow. But what we can do is we can charge in horse. And there we go. We've now got board presence still. So yeah, really good.
Shall we put a key?
Right, so he thinks he's being clever with the Saboteur. Well, maybe it's the only thing he could play on curve there. And he actually is being clever because it does contest both minions. However, I do have Muster for Battle here, and I can trade in quite effectively. But as I'm saying to Tarek there, Muster plays into Consecration next turn, but the Zombie Chow would survive. But do I want to lose my 1/1s to Consecration? Tarek is pointing out the Chow survives, but
For justice.
Tarek says it'd be fine if Consecration killed the 1/1s. I sort of agree, but sort of don't. I do value those 1/1s as minion killers. You know, like 2 of them kills the 3/2 there. I know that's pretty good, pretty strong. Okay, but he's got the Haunted Creeper. That is a dude slayer, a recruit slayer, I should call it. So, I've got to think about the best way of trading down this board here. I've got another Zombie Chow, so I think I'm going to play that regardless. With the tank, that's pretty strong. Quite possibly, I could ignore the Haunted Creeper here.
For justice.
Quite possibly.
For justice.
We're definitely killing the Fairy Dragon. That's not... I can kill the Creeper here, though. And I can do it cleanly. And this is actually a good use of my 1/1s. Just debating whether to leave it alive. Tarek reckons it's a good idea, just to completely clear the board. And we're also playing around MC Tech. I think that's really important here. We've seen MC Tech already in this series, and it's a game swinging card, depending on what he gets from the steal. So,
Reporting for duty.
and there's follow the rules. Kodo, does it really get me value here? Not sure that it does. I'm going to try and preserve as much of our board as possible there. We're happy to tank the damage. We are down to 20 health. The zombie Chow, when it dies, is going to heal him. And I'm just saying that to Tarek. We have to get rid of that Chow. Well, we can trade the Chow in here, potentially, but is that the right call? I don't know if it is. Do we want to tank the 4/5 with our weapon?
For justice.
It's 4 damage to the face. I'm worried about being burst down somehow in this game. Even though as a paladin, it shouldn't matter. I did say before, you know, 30 health versus 20 health doesn't really matter. Well, this is 28 versus 16. Does that still matter? I don't know. I don't think it does. I think we're still okay. Tarek is saying he'd be nervous at 10 health. Yeah, that's true. But we are just 6 away from 10. That's another way of thinking about it. We do need to be careful now. Now, flooding the board is a way of, you know, cementing our presence in this game and trading now. So we're avoiding face damage, but we are playing into MC Tech, and that's the problem. But he may not have it, and again, what are the chances that he does have it?
Reporting for duty. To arms, men!
Oh, he has Quartermaster. Wow, that's the card I wanted. That was the card I was talking about earlier. If only I had a Quartermaster. You know, this deck potentially would have been better. Just for that late game when you've got those 1/1s on the board. Or even the mid game for that matter. If those Silverhand recruits go uncontested from muster for battle. Okay, so the 3/3 I think needs to be targeted here. The question is, how do we do it? Well, the Kodo will kill the 2/5, so we need to kill the 3/3 first. That's the question. No, actually, no, it doesn't matter. The order itself doesn't matter. Forgot for a moment that the 3/3 is a 3/3 and not a 1/1. So, yeah, Tarek's right. Kodo first. I think at this point in the game, I was sort of losing a bit of energy here, losing sort of a bit of mental power. You know, it's been a long day, heading into the evening, and I think I was just relying on Tarek here to spot various plays for me. I think I'm usually better than this, but I think at this point in the run, you know, sort of nearly 2 hours in, I think I was feeling a bit tired. But anyway, True Silver Champion for the Paladin, pretty good. He's actually, did I see correctly there, was he targeting face? Yeah, it's going face. Now, that tells me something. That tells me there could be a charging minion there, there could be burst damage to my face, and as I'm asking Tarek there, what on earth does he have? What is causing him to feel so confident that at this juncture in the game he can go face? Well, it can be that you feel you've got nothing to gain, nothing to lose. You're just going to go all out and just see what happens.
Shall we put a kink in their plans?
So I'm just going for maximum board presence here. Yeah, it could be, as Tarek says, that board controlled won't win him the game. Oh, he has a tempo corruptor too. No dragons in his hand. Oh, that's pretty good. Well, there's Consecration. Maybe that's something he was banking on. I don't know. Now he's trading. Now he wants his health back, so he's going to go back up to 17. So I have lethal.
Remember, kill the last.
I'll actually spot it properly this time. Yeah, there we go.
Sneak attack.
This time, yep, double Consecration. Let's show him that I've got it. Could have gone with True Silver there too, but hey, Yeah, double consecration wins this game. Fantastic. Now we're heading into our final game. So the final boss, as they call it. Oh, sorry, not our final game. What am I talking about? It's our chance for 11 wins. Our chance for 11 wins. Sorry, what am I talking about? Yeah, getting confused there. Anyway, yeah, I was hoping I was hoping that we were on 11 wins. We're actually on 10. This is our chance for 11 wins. And it's a good opening hand. Shielded Minibot is pretty strong. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna power word shield that?
The shadow engulfs us.
Shadow Bomber. Interesting. Tarek was saying that maybe I should have looked for a zombie chow by taking out the loot order. He's right, but what if I didn't get a chow? What if I got something bigger? And he's actually got Shadow Word Pain. He actually has it for the mini-bot. Alright, now's a good time for muster. And we kill the 2-1, that 2-1, the Cavalier, because it can be healed. That's a really important point there. Yeah, I'm lamenting on the fact that a turn 5 muster play with Juggler is just a dream. Something I haven't been able to get value out of really in this series so far. It is the dream. So we're actually going to consider a Juggler here because it's not turn 5. It's turn 4 next turn, and Holy Nova is turn 5. Tarek asking whether the coin was used. Yes, it was used. So, I think.
You have
And he concedes. Well, first of all, was the coin actually used, or was I imagining that? And secondly, more importantly, he conceded. Unbelievable. Yeah, no, I'm just rushing back into the queue there. It's like, I want that priest again. Clearly, he'd be a good opponent for me. Alright, so Druid. Going for 12 wins now. Going for 12 wins against the Druid. Now, the opening hand here, the shielded mini-bot is tremendous. Tempted to keep the Brute. It's a 2 into a 3. We'd ideally want Zombie Chow along with this, but we have the coin, so actually a coin mini-bot into a mini-bot is very strong too. The question is whether we keep the Brute or not, and whether we go for those other 2-drops and Zombie Chows as 1-drops. This is the question here, and we're going to go for it. We're going to keep the Brute, and that didn't really work out very well because now we don't have a turn 1 play. And there's Living Roots. There's that ridiculous card that gets them board presence with 2 minions. 2 minions on board. Again, feeling like a bit of a constructed Druid here. Now, I can't coin anything out. I really can't here, because I don't have anything for the next turn. So, tempted to just pass, but I don't know. If I were to coin out the mini-bot, he'd have to hero power and trade, perhaps. But then next turn, I'd just have a Silver Hand Recruit, which is really weak. Unless I was to draw into something. It's a really difficult decision to make. I'm worried that he'll gain the board and I'll never be able to get it back.
My greetings.
Yes, you can greet me all you want. I'm thinking here. He's spamming my greetings. So we're going to pass, and I think...
Guide my lands.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. There's the other mini-bot. Oh, come on. Right, we've seen this before. Denasa's Aspirant, Living Roots. That's the second time in this run we're seeing this combo played in such close proximity.
Let me think.
To be honest, that could have won. That could win him the game. We were debating the Ogre Brute there. The Ogre Brute, if it misses his Aspirant, we're in trouble. So yeah, Terek's right. Spiner Tank's better. He could have Swipe here.
Bathe in flame.
No. Oh, 5-2. Oh gosh, he's putting on the pressure. He wants to kill me quickly. He's still got a card to... Oh, Innovate. Really? 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 Innovate 2? That's so ridiculous. How do I beat that? Well, I've got 3 Consecrations in this deck, and if I had Consecration for the next turn, I potentially win the game. That's how useful it is. I actually potentially win the game because he'd be out of cards and I would have card advantage in my hand. So it's either kill the Aspirant or kill the Wolf. Either one of those is a value trade. The question is which one. The Wolf represents more damage. The Aspirant doesn't matter too much because he doesn't have many cards left. So him having one bit of extra mana isn't going to mean the world of difference. Here I've got to play on curve, and there's the Ogre. I think that's better than the mini-bot. Oh sure, play another one of those things. Ramp up your mana even more. Yeah, sure, why not? Wow. Okay. Is he killing the Ogre? No, he's ignoring my Ogre. I'm nearly dead. That's helpful for next turn, but that needed to be... Well, even if it was Consecration, would it have mattered? Would it really have mattered at this stage? Double mini there doesn't kill the Aspirants, but Guardian is a 3/3. It does contest one of them. It's a really difficult choice to make. I was faced with this choice in an earlier game, and we went with the double mini, and I got wrecked. So this time, I think the Silvermoon Guardian is the best option out of the choices in my hand. Oh sure, play that card then. I was just thinking to myself, I had a chance of coming back in this game if he hadn't played anything meaningful, and if I could play Sludge Belcher, I could actually win. But nope, nope. He is bursting me down, and it's over. There is actually... is there anything I can do? Belcher lets me survive, actually, and I'm just clarifying that with Terek here. I mean, Belcher lets me live because... Or does it? No, it lets me live. It lets me live with, what, 1 health? Which, it's over anyway. There's nothing I can do. The Belcher is the only taunt in hand, and I can't kill his other minions.
Let me think.
I mean, I can trade the 3/3, and I'm forgetting that I can trade, actually. Yeah, that's... Yeah. So... Yeah, I forgot that I could trade. So... Just telling Terek there, yeah, I remembered I could trade. So now, what does he have? I can actually survive. Hey, maybe there's a chance I can come back in this game, depending on what he plays next. If he plays nothing of consequence, who knows? Maybe I can use the Bomb Lobber and the Kodo to get some form of some form of a comeback. And no, I screwed. Wrath for 3. Hero Power for 3, sure. Now he doesn't need the Aspirants anymore. He's able to play all of his high value cards, and that's it. He had an answer for everything. And I'm not being salty, I respect his deck, I really do. I'm happy for him, I'm happy he had that deck. He drew those cards in the order he needed them. His early game was insane, mine wasn't. I respect that, and I'm happy for him. But I could have had 12 wins, and it didn't happen. So, it's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, it was a really fun run. 270 gold is not bad. And it was a good deck with 3 Consecrations. So actually, I guess you could call it justice. That, you know, I can't complain. That at some point I was going to come across a deck that was better than mine. So yeah, it's fair enough there. But there was nothing that I could have done in that game to have won. And I'm happy with how I played. So thank you very much for joining me, everyone. It's been an awful lot of fun. Do check out my channel and do have a look at some of my other videos, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take care now.